Angeles, Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately. From
Record the purr.
Jenny, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
There we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
August wins and Queen works on occasion.
There we go. Hello. Get the music going. There we go. Hi, everybody. It's a bit of a new setup here today. I have absolutely spun the entire office around. The desk used to be over there. The green screens used to be there. There's still a green screen there, but I have another one that I drape across the middle of the room, segregating the back so that none of this shows up when I do gaming stuff or whatever. But hi, how y'all doing? What is happening? I'm still in the midst of setting this all up. This is not permanent. I really hate where my printer is, and I actually hate that printer, so I'm probably going to donate that printer and use the other one that I had, because the other one was smaller, had less features, but it worked better. That one gives me double lines. It's doing something weird, and I can't fix it. Yeah. I'm not in 100% in love with this new setup, but it's working. I'm gonna raise the TV up about a foot, so it'll be about this much higher, and there'll be like a gap on the bottom. There's things I'm gonna do, but I haven't gotten around to it just yet. Oh shit. Ooh, that was gnarly. I just had a little sip of coffee and I hadn't mixed it yet. It just tasted like hot water with just a little bit of coffee flavor, because I got some of the crema and this top layer, because there's no cream and sugar mixed into it. Let's try that again. Ugh. That was unintentional. That even tasted better. Too much sugar, but much better, much better. Absolutely too much fucking sugar. Omega Man says, hi, happy Sunday, everyone. Hope your plants are doing well and healthy. They're doing all right. I've had a little bit of a, it looks like deficiency, perhaps. It looks like they were not getting enough nutrients. So I upped their, the fuck was that? Everything still okay? Hello? Yeah. Weird. Yeah, some weird sound just happened. There's gonna be some new quirks. Will I try deep water culture again? Maybe. And I'll explain why. What I'm doing now is sort of like deep water culture. It's very similar. It's water grown. I think I'm going to be using, I have a funny feeling I'm going to be using these air cubes for the next foreseeable future.
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break.
Around that bee. noticed that until just now. Smoking on some Freak Show right here. It's a little on the dark side, but it's delicious. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Primo says, always wanted to grow Freak Show. I highly recommend it. Highly. Holy fuck. Okay, so yeah, Freak Show is a wonderful strain to grow. No joke. I'm instant fan. Number one, it's fucking bizarre. It looks really weird, and growing it is kind of a pleasure because it's just so bizarre. It's so weird looking. You're like amazed at every turning point in the plant's development. It's quite an interesting plant. And on top of it, it tastes really good, and it has a really good effect. I really enjoy the sensation, I guess, you get from the Freak Show. So I'm going to grab all my chickens, by the way. I'm going to put all my chickens up here on top of the television. Boop. These are all bots, I think, anyway, my chickens. Stream stickers, sound alerts, and night bots. Yeah, they're all bots. Wait a minute. What happened? I just changed all that. I'm going to have to fix that again. I know what happened. I moved the camera. God dang it. God dang it. Look at that. And one of these, bop, and then some of these, bop, 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 bop. There we go. Close enough. Like that? Does it even matter at that point? I don't think it does. No. I'm going to take this out and go like that. Just go straight across. It's probably good enough. Yeah, close enough, close enough. Okay, where did the other chicken go? We're missing a chicken. Oh, they were standing on top of each other. Okay, never mind. There we go. How are the chickens doing in the heat? Not bad. I let them out. That's what I do every day. Not every day. Some day I've left them in a few times. They got really good airflow on their coop and stuff like that. And there's a solar fan that kicks on during the day when it's hot and warm out, and keeps an airflow thing going on in their coop. Their run is like completely covered in hardware cloth, so air goes right through it really quickly. I put up a lot of shade cloths around their coop, so there's lots of shade to the coop. And then around the coop, I've got this area fenced in where I can let them out. There's about a, I don't know, maybe it's approximately like a 10 by 10 area. There's like it's a little bit of an L-shaped, but whatever. It's about 10 by 10, maybe even 10 by 15 or something. It's maybe a little longer than 10 foot now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, they've got an outdoor run area. What I do in the morning is I go out there and I spray the whole thing except their dust bath area. They've got this dust bath area they love. I spray pretty much the whole area except that down with water and get it kind of cool and wet. Then I let them out. They've got a big tray thing that I fill with water. It's like a 35-gallon pot tray. It's big. It's fucking, at least 2 feet wide in diameter, and I just fill that up with water. They have a water dish inside their in their run, but outside I put that big water dish thing down there, and then we throw some like Cheerios and fucking some of their seed mixture and stuff around the ground and stuff, and they can pick at it. And there used to be grass there. There used to be grass and clover out where the chickens run. And in just a couple of months, man, they fucking ate every strand of grass. It is a barren wasteland. They fucked it right up, man. I'm impressed at how much those little chickens can eat, man. That's why they make those chicken tractors, so you can move the area where the chickens are, so they can like wipe out an area and poop a lot and fertilize it, and then you move it to a new area and they'll wipe it out. They'll eat all the bugs and all the weeds and stuff in an area pretty fucking quickly. But they're doing well. I'm actually impressed. I got my chickens to get out of a nesting habit, a bad nesting habit that they had. How much do I rent them for? We don't. I sell a little bit of eggs. I mostly give them away. I give them to my mom and my aunt pretty regularly. I've sold some to my aunt, but I've given some to my aunt. I usually just try to give them away to family or whatever, or charge them just cheap or whatever. And I haven't had much past that yet. Maybe there's people at the place that I volunteer at that would like eggs as well, and I sort of let them know when I have excess eggs. I say I got 2 dozen at home right now, or other than that, I just kind of, like I said, I just give them away or try to eat them as much as I can. I've only got 2 birds that are laying right now, and that is still a lot of eggs. I'll tell you, an average family probably only needs, I mean, depending on how many fucking eggs you eat a day, and if you eat them every single day or not, but my birds lay 1 to 2 eggs, I'm going to say, every day. It is rare when I go out there and there is no eggs for a day. It happens. It does happen. They don't lay every day, but usually one of them is laying if the other one isn't, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I got more eggs than I can shake a stick at, let me tell you that. Yes, absolutely. You should buy only local farm-raised eggs for multiple reasons. They taste better. They're not old. When you buy eggs in the supermarket, they're like 2 months old already, at least. Not that that should matter too much, but they are about, by the time it gets through sorting, packaging, processing, delivery, or like sorting and then delivery, yeah, it's usually about a month to 2 months old by the time they hit the frickin' the stores. So when you're buying them from a farmer, they're like at most like a week old usually. They're usually really fresh, man. You don't have to keep them in the fridge either. There's more to that than just not keeping them in the fridge. So the reality is, if you wash eggs, which farms and store eggs are all washed and bleached to get rid of salmonella, but that bloom, that coating that's on there, there's like a little chemical coating, is also a protectant layer. It's there for a reason. It's not just there because chickens got gross butts. They kind of do, but the layer is a protective layer. So if you don't wash your eggs, you can keep them in room temperature for a pretty long time, and they're fine. If you wash the eggs, the room temperature time allotment shrinks to like way less, way less. And even still, you should still keep your eggs in the fridge. They last longer regardless. Yes, you can keep them in the open if you unwash them, but they will still last longer, even unwashed, in the fridge. I think it's dab time. Dab time. Motherfucking dab time. Yeah, the same problem goes for most food. Every woo. Hey, wait a minute. That was doubled up. Ooh, thank you. Time is precious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know why that popped up the way it did. That was really strange. Time is precious. We have like 30 chickens. Holy fuck, that's a lot of chickens, man. I got 4. I got 4 chickens. But we don't have a lot of space. We have a very small backyard. Hence the other channel, Small Backyard Homestead. But, yeah. 4 is a lot of chickens, man. I'd have more. I'd absolutely have more. See, selling eggs is not a money-making business. You need to understand that. The amount of food that you put into chickens, the amount of cost that costs to build the setup for chickens, and the price of the chickens alone. When you count in all these things with food and stuff like this, fucking those are expensive eggs, man. Selling them for $5 a dozen is like... Oh. Oh, I hear they don't lay as much after they're a couple of years old. Depends on the breed. But yes, that is a factor, if you will. Oof. The different breeds lay differently. I'll tell you right now, I've got 2 chickens that are laying. I've got a Buff Orpington and an Easter egger, or an Americana. And yes, Americanas are sort of a specific mutt. They're considered a mutt in the chicken world because they're kind of a man-made breed by mixing this and that and this and that. But Americanas, or Easter eggers, are they're a weird group of birds. Some people are really, really strict about their Easter eggers, and they want their Americanas or whatever to be pure blood, and they're really, really concerned about the lineage and the blood purity of the breed. Like it's royalty or something. I don't know, man. It's weird. Some people really trip out on that. Welcome, late gangsta. Better late than never. Oh, that was another dab. I forgot to count my dab. But my point is our Americana and Buff Orpington both lay a crazy amount. Right now, this summer, this fall will mark 1 year of laying eggs. We had our birds for almost a year. They were almost a year old before they started laying eggs. At least 10 months. We got them in the spring. And no, wait a minute. Hold on a second. It wasn't 10 months. No. We got them in spring, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're about 8 months old, I think. I'd have to look back through my records. I have records of it all, but I think they were about 8 months old when they first started laying. And then they laid into the fall for a couple of months and then stopped because it got cold winter. They stopped for a few months, and then in spring they started laying again. It's 4:20 somewhere in Puerto Rico. Fuck, I can barely read this shit. Holy fuck, that is small. New York, Detroit, Washington, Boston. Really? New York, Detroit, Washington, and Boston are all in the same time zone? Really? I thought those were a little more scattered across like that, a little spread out more. I didn't realize they were kind of in a line like that. Shows what I know about American frickin' geography. Fuck. Advertise them as vegan eggs. Well, I would have to not feed my chickens any meats or cheeses or shadows. I don't feed them any of those things anyway. They don't get any cheese. They've had some like, I think they had some like, no. I don't think they've ever had cheese. They've never had meat. I don't give my birds meat. I give them worms. They get protein. They get good feed. They get a good, like, locally made feed. As well as I feed them this treat mixture that's got grubs and oats and hot peppers and garlic and a whole beratement of herbs and sunflower seeds, cracked and full. What else is in there? I did a whole video on my on my thing there that I do that. Watermelon, yeah, we give them watermelon in the cold, or to help keep them cool in the hot summer. We give them watermelon. The local store has a screaming deal on watermelons in the middle of summer, and we give them watermelon. We throw chunks of watermelon, slices of it, into their big water dish thing, and they pick up a chunk and run off with it and eat it. It's good for them because it's cold. It helps cool their insides a little bit, keeps them a little bit cool. They get extra water. They're getting more water. They're staying extra hydrated, and it's a good treat for them, man. It's easy to eat. They love them. We give them. We've been getting seedless ones. I don't actually know if the watermelon seeds are a problem or not. I've never really thought about that, but we've been getting seedless ones regardless. I should probably look that up and see if watermelon seeds are fine, and if they are, then whatever. I think maybe the seeded ones are even cheaper. So, but they're not expensive. Like, you can buy a fucking watermelon for a couple of dollars, and it feeds your chickens for 2 weeks. You know what? I don't really like watermelon very well. Watermelon is something for me I quite enjoy as, like, this is funny. I like synthetic watermelon. Like watermelon candies, watermelon flavored candies. Fuck yeah. Watermelon flavored juices. Depending. But straight up watermelon? I don't know why, man. It's weird that I like this. There's few things in the world that I like the synthetic versions better than the real thing. Watermelon is one of them. I like synthetic watermelon. I don't like real watermelon very much. Kind of strange. Okay, so I've had 2 dabs off that. Let's take a look at what else we got here. So this is my messy tray of all my dabs and stuff. This batch right here. So this is 2 separate things. One of them is all of the little live resin amount leftovers that I got from the Pineapple Express jars, and the other one is just a straight up mystery. Here's the best part. So one of these is a straight up mystery. I have no idea which side is which anymore, though. How about that? Is the downside the mystery, or is that the Pineapple Express, or is that the Pineapple Express? I don't know. But you know what? They both taste fucking good. Honeydew. I can't eat watermelon because of its texture. It's a weird texture. I don't mind it. The weird, like, membraney crunch that it just sort of, you can stick it against the roof of your mouth with your tongue and like, and it's like foam that falls. It's like wet foam that falls apart. It is a weird texture. I think that's what the chickens like about it. The chickens, I gave them Cheerios, and they didn't know what to do with them. They all, like, looked at them. They went for it right away and, like, picked one up and spit it away. They didn't know what it was. They were kind of weirded out by them. And as soon as one of them crunched into it, as soon as one of the chickens was like, I'm taking a chance, and you could hear that crunch, 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 as they beaked the Cheerio, all of a sudden they all started going instantly. They all followed like a bunch of fish. They're like, they're all crunching all at once. It was really funny. I like feeding my chickens new food because they don't know what it is and they have to stare at it and they're like, what the fuck is this? Takes them time to eat things sometimes. But I'll tell you, their favorite food is something I have to keep in very good moderation because it's not good for them in large amounts. But their absolute favorite food, the thing that they go fucking insane bonkers for, is bread. They fucking love bread. Throw them a hot dog bun or the butts of your bread, the little bums, the little end caps off your bread. Holy fuck, they will fight over that shit. So I end up ripping it into a bunch of chunks and just and throw a whole bunch out there like that because they go fucking bonkers for it right now, I tell you. It's their absolute favorite. I'm going to try both. I'm going to try one first and then I'll have another dab on the other. Oh, yes, you can feed them frozen corn. My wife makes treats, frozen treats for them. Okay, so that, I'm going to spin it around. That was absolutely the Pineapple Express. That tasted just like Pineapple Express. Sweet, weird, sort of a gassy offside. I have a hard time describing it, but it's tasty. Do I have any LA Confidential? Only in seed. I have no, I do not believe I have any grown at the moment. I might have like some, but if I do have any, it's like over a year old and it would be in a jar that I forgot about or something in my, I know my closet has a couple of jars of random weed. Most of them are like CBD experiments that I was testing, so I don't really care for them too much. And there was basically no THC in those, so they're just like no CBD in those ones I tested. So they're basically, most of them anyway, with the exception of one of those jars I know is a different strain, but they're mostly just like low THC strains that were supposed to have CBD in them and just fucking didn't. But yeah, my wife makes frozen treats. She's got these like cupcake tins, and she puts some corn, a little bit of frozen vegetables, maybe a little bit of fruit, you know, some raspberries or like some little apple chunks or something like that. And we'll just, you know, put a little bit of each in each of these cupcake tins and then fills them with like water. Actually, even better yet, we take some of the, I've only done this once, but we should do it more often. It's a really good idea. I've got this electrolyte mixture for their water. We can put a little bit of that electrolyte mixture in the water that we're pouring into each of them, and then you freeze them, and then you've got these little discs, these little pucks of frozen treats for them, and I take 6 or 7 of them out at a time and go blunk and throw them all into their water dish on a hot day. And then the outdoor water dish, the water pond, if you will, the planter pot thing, and they just frickin' bob for apples, bob for corns and stuff, and just kind of go at it. And that's a pretty cool way to keep your chickens cool, honestly. Frozen foods like that is a good, it gives them something to do. People say, oh, they're just chickens, they don't need to be entertained or anything like that. That's bullshit. They're a fucking living, thinking animal, just like any animal. They need to be entertained a little bit. You know, they get bored sitting there fucking doing nothing. If you keep them up in a very contained, a very small run, you'll notice a difference in your attitudes of your chickens versus free-run chickens that are like hand-fed treats a lot. That makes a big difference, man. Let your chickens run around. Let your chickens be free. Well, I let them be free in a bigger section of the yard, but they are not free. There's big cats in the neighborhood. There's fucking lots of big fucking cats that wander around the neighborhood here and walk through my yard and stuff. So they are in an area that I don't know. We'll see. Okay, side 2. This is the random mystery side, I guess. Yeah, whatever the fuck that is, it's good. Stings my nose. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, man. Yeah, I have no clue what that is, but it sure is tasty. Mmm. Holy crap. That got me good. Yeah, this room's okay. I need to do a few things differently. This shelf over here has got to go. This black shelf here, it's just one of those DIY stack shelves. It's just too big. She's got to go. I've got smaller ones. I could bring a small one in there and stuff a little tiny, about half size one for that spot if I need to. Like I said, I'm raising the TV. I got an extension thing. I'm gonna put, or sorry, a mount. I'm gonna try the mount on the wall, see if I can find a good stud. If I can't, I'll get a cheap stand that raises it up higher than that. Right now it's like fucking 2 inches. So if I can raise that thing up another foot, another solid foot, so it would be like 15 inches up off that thing, I think that'll be enough. Visual wise of like where I want it. I don't mind all these things in the background, but they're kind of weird. I don't mind it. It both looks good and it looks cluttered to me. I don't like how far this green screen goes on the wall. I might cut the green screen off at about there. You can't see. Well, actually, hey, wait a minute. I forgot. I've got a new camera angle. Look at that. I set up a new camera angle so I can have like a oh, it's my chair. I was sitting here like this and I saw, where's my hand? I saw this thing right here. And I went to go turn around to go brush it off. Oh, and I got fucking chickens floating in the air. Okay, hold on. Let's get these chickens out of here. There you go. Go back down with the rest of the peeps. Well, since we're here, let's have a dab, I guess. I'm going to go for the CBD cheese. CBD cheese. Almost gone, man. Look at that. I need to make some more soon because it's good, and I got another two more plants. So what do you think of this second angle thing? Is this cool? I think it'll be able to give me better close-ups for like doing dabs on a close-up or something like that. That's the idea anyway. Just wave it around in the air, let it cool down a little bit. Feel that heat, man. I don't know how to tell you where it is, but you'll just know it when you know it. Cheers. Fucking A. Woo! See, the idea is so I'll probably have a more zoomed in version of it, is so that I could put my like bong here and have a nice clean, you know, proper dab, but it'd be zoomed in more than that. I could just pull it. No, where is it? Where is it? Right there, like that. A little more like. Yeah, like a this, right? So. For example. There we go. Sure. You know, something like that at any rate. I need to get a dab press to make my own rosin. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I will say one thing. I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it again for the 1000th time, though. But it's true, man. I'll swear by them to the end. Number one, I recommend Dab Press as a brand because they're cheap. I do have a discount code, but I don't know if it's valid anymore. It's a couple of years old, but it was Cannabeard Grows 5. I know it's a big long one. That was a weird one to remember, but it was literally Cannabeard Grows 5. You'd have to order it right from their website, but and I can only recommend one of their products. Most of their products, if you look at them, are scary looking, held together with nuts and bolts and bars. It is all pressure fit and doesn't look solid to me. They all look Mickey Mouse, every frigging one of them, except the 6-ton. The 6-ton one has beams welded together, solid, hollow, but like I meant angled beam everything. It is all like very, very heavy duty. You can crank that motherfucker and you're never going to twist that frame. Plus, you don't need more than 6 fucking tons. Unless you're pressing fucking pounds and pounds of fucking shit, you don't need anything bigger than that. A home average grower does not need anything bigger than the 6-ton. It's the perfect point of like pressure, size, and price point. And no, I'm not like a representative. And like I said, I don't even know if my discount code works from them. I've never gotten a kickback from them. So I don't know if I've ever sold anything with my discount even, or if they've ever honored it on my end. But I don't care. I love them. I give them support because they fucking rule. It was a good value. I've had mine for like 6 years, and I've never, ever, ever had a problem. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Never had to adjust it, nothing. Never had an issue. Well, am I only at 4 dabs? Wait a second, hold on. Nope. I missed that last dab. There we go. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't only be at 4 dabs. That doesn't feel right. So, anybody that caught Friday night's show, I had a bit of an issue with either a toxicity or a deficiency in my air cube setup that I'm running, and after a bunch of deliberation and feedback from everybody, it's pretty obvious that it's just straight up a nutrient deficiency. It wants more than I've been giving it, and it's just not getting enough, and it's showing the signs of the fact that it's not getting enough of certain things. But it's almost 100% due to the fact that I've had a low ppm in my water reservoir, or lower than most people think I should have. I'm new to this. I figure less is more. I don't want to burn it or something, and that's not necessarily the truth. I was kind of okay having kind of a medium early veg, but like late veg and early flower to where it is now. Obviously, late veg, I should have had a higher ppm of everything. CalMag, Part A, Part B, frickin' this, that, and the other. Everything I put in there, I should have put in more. This time, I fucking, like, doubled my last regiment. My last regiment was around 400 ppm. This one's around 700-800 ppm. Everybody says I should be going up to 1,000, but I'm going to go to 800. That's close. It's about 700 or 800, like I said. It's bouncing between the two. And I can potentially add more next week. Every week I do a water change, so I do it kind of incrementally. I don't want to do too big of a jump. That feels like a big jump already, but they are big, they are hungry, they are ready to fucking flower. They need energies. So hopefully me upping the recipe on everything in there will do it. And ppm, for anybody that doesn't understand ppms, parts per million, that's how much nutrient per water ratio there is. And when you get into large scale water feed, it's almost easier to measure in ppm than it is in, you come up with a recipe and you say, well, this many mils of this and this many mils of that and this many mils of that equals this much ppm. This is my goal. Whatever. Interesting. Yeah, so they're just starting flower now. I think I'm gonna push it up another notable chunk up to the 1,000 to maybe like 1,200. I don't know. I don't want to go too far. I feel like that's getting scary territory for me. But somewhere like that, maybe, I'm gonna go to at least 1,000, maybe higher. I don't know. I've seen people say like pretty high numbers, so I don't know. Again, I'm new to the whole water as a main feed thing. I've sort of more like fed the soil what the soil needs to keep alive. And 1,500. Fuck. Andreas? Whoop. Hello. Holy smoke. I'm like, wait a minute, you got a hammer. Holy crap. How you doing? Cheers. $1,500 in flour. Yeah, that seems like a pretty... Fuck, eh? See, I've never fucked with this stuff. I never have. Now, keep in mind, it's a flood and drain system, not hydroponic directly or deep water culture. However, you would think that deep water culture would want to be lower just due to the fact that everything's sitting in that constantly, whereas this flood and drain system kind of like does what I said, floods the thing, fills it up with a whole bunch of nutrients, and then sucks it back down. Oh, I had, I knew the Time is Precious name quite well for a reason. There was a reason in my head that name was important, but I didn't put it two and two together. How the fuck? Ahoy. We got an OG alumni in here today, folks. I'm going to have a dab to that. So what do you think of the new setup? It's needs some adjusting here and there still. Here, I can actually show you guys what my desktop looks like. Let me make sure this is it first. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Holy smokers. There you go. That's exactly what it looks like right now. That was taken this morning as I was setting up. I mean, there's a little bit more coffee and stuff on here right now, but that's the setup I'm sitting in front of. I got my hands on a triple post monitor setup for like fucking dirt cheap for like $5 at a grad sale, and I thought, what the heck, man? I think now's the time to upgrade my setup. I had a spare monitor that I was using in the grow room hooked up to the laptop that was kind of like almost pointless. You know what? Where's that little bastard? Where'd that little one go? Yeah, right here. I'm gonna hit both of them here. Here we go. Really, VG? No shit, eh? Did I move already? No. We're still here. We haven't been evicted or anything like that. They're just selling the house. So there's a chance we could stay. I just don't know. It's all up in the air. I might have overreacted and panicked a little bit just due to the house being for sale, but there's at least a good chance that the new owners are going to want it for other reasons than just letting us live here. You know, like maybe they'll want it for investment property. I don't know. Maybe they'll get lucky and we'll get some landlords that'll fix this place up real nice, let us live here while they fix it up for a bunch of years, and then try to sell it again to make money, and they'll just let us live here while they're doing that. Maybe. Probably not. It'd be a whole lot easier to get us the fuck out of here. So who knows? I don't know. We're trying to buy something locally, but it's just the market is ridiculous, and everybody wants fucking. We can't even rent locally. We're looking for anything that can fit into our very small little budget of what we've potentially got to work with here, and it's fucking hard, man, because we are just the market's brutal. Everybody put the fucking market up. Everybody's like overinflating everything, man. It's crazy sauce. Looks like you could use a 34 ultra wide. I don't think I want one of those ultra wide. I think I would rather individual monitors than one of those super huge monitors. Just because those super huge monitors are like difficult for certain things. Certain games won't even work on them. It's easier for me to put things on monitors and keep them on those monitors and then just change whatever's on my main monitor, I guess. I don't know. I'm not used to this 3 monitor thing too. That fucking's weird. I ran off 2 monitors for years, but hopefully it'll help me keep a better eye on chat, because that's probably one of my worst fucking worst offenders. Yeah, that shit is good. I don't know what it is, but it is good. Well, that's not our local problem there, Omega. That is not the problem where I got locally, but we have a problem nonetheless. Yeah, like currently right now in Canada, we might be the fucking land of free weed and fucking easygoing fucking no gun violence action and all that kind of crap. But it is also one of the most expensive places on the planet to live. And I didn't it's not like I chose to live here. I mean, I love my country, I guess. You know, it gives me lots of freedoms and whatnot. But it's fucking expensive, man. They don't make it so that people can frickin' live within their means. There's so many families right now that are struggling. I feel really, really bad for anybody that's like stuck in the system, like on welfare and disability, like myself. Anybody in these areas of the low income are really, really suffering, man. Because right now, the way the current, we can't afford what we're living in now if we moved, because our rent is like old from when we first moved here, and we've got good landlords that have just never upped our rent. But yeah, that's actually surprising. That's a good thing to think about. Is they have let us keep the exact same rent for like the last 6 years and never raised it a penny. All the way through COVID, all the way through this inflation, just left it alone. That's pretty cool, actually, now that I'm thinking about that out loud. But yeah, like, if we tried to move out, we couldn't even afford like a one-bedroom apartment in this town. No joke. We have animals and like a greenhouse, and we can't afford to rent anything better than about a one-bedroom apartment. No houses. If we've got a house or even a trailer to rent, it's going to be all of our income. That's the reality of it. We might be left with $400 for food for the entire month, and everything else, bills included. You know, it's bad. What they're doing is they're forcing low-income families to double and triple up on living scenarios, like get multiple roommates and shit like this. It's crazy. Multiple people got to like go in on a property because you just can't afford to live anywhere. It's crazy, man. CBD cheese, fuck yeah. Num 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 num. So, and the reality is we just don't know. That's the problem that's making it so much more aggressive, is the fact that we just don't know what's happening. We might be able to stay for a bunch more time, for a bunch more years. We might have to move this fall. We just don't fucking know. So regardless, I've been like purging the house slowly, taking a lot of stuff to the dump, selling a lot of stuff online, donating boxes of shit to the local charity thingies. Just trying to get like stuff, like we've got knickknacks and stuff. I've lived in this town with a really good garage sale community and a really good thrift shop community, and we've got too much little things. We don't have very much like big shit or anything, but just like there's a lot of fucking things in this fucking house. And it's time to we've been going through it and just being like, garage sale pile, donation pile, garbage. So the 3 piles, it's got maybe 4 piles, and then we got a keep pile. But we've been going through the house trying to do that, and you know, trying to live as if we're gonna get the bad news any time, but at the same time trying not to stress about it, because living in stress of the unknown is brutal. Omega says he's on disability and living with his mom is the only way he can afford to live anywhere. Yep. I know, it's brutal. Like, Canada is really bad. US is probably not much better. I know that the housing market in the States, depending on where you're living, is a little bit better than it is in Canada. Canada's notoriously bad. BC and Ontario are some of the just overcrowded ass places. There's just too many people here. It's weird. Not enough houses, and then everybody that has property or houses saw this rise, and like, no joke, housing costs, rent has doubled in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years. Not even joking. Rents that used to be $1,000 are now $2,500. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to say what we pay for our house right now, but I will say this: we can't find an apartment for more than, or for less than almost double what we're paying right now. It's bad. We can't, like, not, apartments aren't even on my radar, because we can't do an apartment. We'd have to give everything up. Like, everything. Ugh. Well, we can if that's the only option we have to live, but fucking hell, man. And I have to stay close. I have to stay in this town because I take care of my mom. That's like one of the main reasons I'm here. California's just as bad. Yeah, West Coast, baby. It's a prime place to be. It's an expensive place to be, no matter where the fuck you are. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to fucking get all bummer about fucking housing market. Pardon me. It's just what is like it's the demon we're facing right now. It's the big bad boy that's looming over us at the moment is the sale of this fucking dump of a house. We're looking and looking hard, but we're just too shy. We don't make enough fucking money. We don't make enough income. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we're gonna have to fucking, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. You can't even get a trailer. Do you know that in Canada, they won't give you a mortgage for a trailer? Nope, same house still. I just shuffled the office around. The office got a spin. The office is long now. I used to be here. This was my desk for the longest time over here. And then I just had all of these were on this wall back here. I just sort of shuffled everything around. Europe's the same. Yeah. It's just hard, man. The housing costs are so fucking, have just gone through the roof. Food costs have gone through the roof. But the income that everybody gets, no matter what they're fucking doing, whether you're on welfare or you got a fucking corporate job, well, maybe corporate jobs, but everybody up through blue collar workers are not making more money. Nobody's fucking making more money. And yet, you know the thing that really, like, again, not to piss off everybody, but through all this, companies, big corporations have been reporting record-breaking earnings. I wonder why. Fuck. Fucking corporations. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some actual food in me. Coffee was good, but I need to get some eggs or something in me. They're free, at least. For now. Have a good Sunday. I will probably be back later. I don't know. My hand's been really hurting me lately. I've been playing too many fucking games on the mouse. I can play on a fucking controller a lot better than I can on a mouse. Mouse hurts my fucking arm. That's why and I've been playing too many fucking mouse games lately, and it's fucking starting to bring its toll on me again. So I may or may not be on later for some Twitch. We'll see. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you sooner than later. I don't know what to say. Bye-bye. Because we have this zone. It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, time to take a fucking dab break. Throw a little bit of extra in that area, and they're fucking dead. Trust me on that one. Those fucking that might have been a little overboard. I maybe clouded it a little. That is actually quite cool. Ah! Ah! A bunch spray on that one.
Hey, Beard, I got you a present here.
Ooh, I like presents. Hey! You son of a bitch. How is that a present? Starter base. This better be the right one now. It is. How is that a present?
I'm sorry. Blame Zeta! Blame Zeta!
You freaking turd. Blame Zeta. Hey, hold on.
Can we get it? Do you remember if we ever got it from Underwater Labs?
I just moved the screen.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. Here. No, it's okay. You okay?
We need blue and red card for oil rig.
Yeah, what? I don't even know what happened.
All I did was this.
Okay, well, as long as you're okay. I don't use it very much. I had a really nice little one and it broke recently. Oh, here he comes. I see him. He's coming for me right here. Ha ha ha!